It is November 22nd, 2016. This is the Watchman News, and I'm Mike Callahan. Good morning, everybody. We have been trying to keep on updates as much as possible on Sophia that was injured at the protest, and still nothing certain on what's going to transpire as far as her arm, whether or not she's going to be able to keep it or not. But there is something wonderful. And before I get into the actual news report that I'm reporting, I just wanted to share this with everybody. I will put the link to her GoFundMe in the description of this video. But in 16 hours, she's raised almost $168,000 for her medical expenses. And you do the math there, that's roughly $10,000 per hour. That is amazing. Much love and thanks to everyone who has helped spread the word, everyone who has donated. So, probably the most important thing from here moving forward is trying to avoid from this happening again. And it seems like there are some veterans that are stepping up to that call. Free Thought Project reporting this morning that veterans organizing like a military unit to defend DAPL protesters from militarized police. The article reads as this: resistance to the Dakota Access Pipeline is about to get a major boost. On December 4th, U.S. military veterans, possibly numbering in the hundreds, plan to gather like a military unit to stop the Dakota Access Pipeline. Having witnessed the police state brutality inflicted on Native Americans attempting to protect sacred land and natural resources, the former service members feel compelled to stand with Standing Rock Sioux. According to the Veterans for Standing Rock GoFundMe page. I'll also put a link to this article in the description. We are veterans of the United States Armed Forces, including the U.S. Army, United States Marine Corps, U.S. Navy, U.S. Air Force, and U.S. Coast Guard, and we are calling for our fellow veterans to assemble as a peaceful, unarmed militia at the Standing Rock Indian Reservation on December 4th through the 7th and defend the water protectors from assault and intimidation at the hands of the militarized police force and DAPL security. Representative Tulsi Gabbard, the first Native American member of Congress and a combat war veteran, will be joining the act of resistance, according to the Facebook page Veterans Stand for Standing Rock. As Task and Purpose notes, federal government ignored their duty under the National Historic Preservation Act to consult the Standing Rock Sioux before approving DAPL. Some of the pipeline construction will take place on sacred land that was taken from the tribe over the past 150 years, and the pipeline will be buried under the tribe's drinking water source. While federal government abandoned Native Americans once again, law enforcement are acting as militarized protection services for the Energy Transfer Partners, the Texas-based company behind the 1,170-mile pipeline. State and local governments are set to reap millions in taxes once the oil begins flowing. Numerous violent crackdowns have already been carried out by cops in riot gear, drenching protesters with water cannons in freezing temperatures, blowing arms apart with concussion grenades, choking protesters with tear gas, and sending people into cardiac arrest. This country is repressing our people, said Michael Wood, a Marine Corps veteran and former Baltimore police officer. If we're going to be heroes, if we're really going to be those veterans that this country praises, well, then we need to do the right thing that we actually said we're doing, or do the things that we actually said we're doing, we're going to do when we took the oath to defend the Constitution from the enemies, foreign and domestic. The main man behind it all is Wes Clark, Jr., son of General Wesley Clark, a former Supreme Allied commander who ran for the Democratic presidential nomination in 2004. Clark Sr. called for the action on climate change, and this motivation is also driving his son to fight against DAPL. Wes Clark Jr. is best known as a co-host for the Young Turks and sees the December 4th resistance at DAPL as the most important event up to this time in human history. We're not going out there to get into a fight with anyone. They can feel free to beat us up, but we're 100% nonviolence. Clark and Wood say they are prepared to take a bullet for the cause, and they are going in well prepared. The veterans will don old military uniforms and be equipped with body armor, earplugs, and gas masks. Clark and Wood have an operations order in place so that they can organize like a military unit to carry out their goals. With a group of possibly 500 veterans and other brave souls, they will lock arms and cross the Missouri River to non-violently confront militarized police armed with rifles, mace, batons, and dogs. Traditional Sioux war songs will be played as they attempt to peacefully surround the drill pad from which the pipeline will be bored under the river. It's simple, and we have clearly defined goals, so people don't get caught up in the confusion, said Wood. One of the issues the police are going to face is that our level of planning coordination is vastly superior to theirs, so they may end up with a problem when it comes to that. Even if the veterans are unsuccessful in stopping DAPL, the confrontation is sure to draw national attention, even from a mainstream media that has virtually ignored the corporate and government abuse being carried out on Native Americans in the interest of big oil. So again, I will put the link to this article in the description, as well as Sophia's GoFundMe. And good luck, guys. This is awesome news.